Now the next question says write 15,500 in standard form and write 2.48 times 10 to the power minus 3 as an ordinary number. Work out the value of 24,500 divided by 1.25 times 10 to the power minus 4. Give your answer in standard form. Now, what is standard form? That's another topic now. Standard form. Standard form is just expressing a number in tens, in powers of 10. Either negative powers or positive powers. Okay, for example, when you express 1000 as a standard form, it's going to be 1 times 10 raised to power. How many threes are there? How many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3. 10 raised to power 3. Okay, that's standard form. Okay, standard form was always come in this format: 1.0 something point, 1 point something, 1 point something. You know, 1.0 is the same thing as 1. That's why I didn't put 0 here. 1 point something times now 10 raised to power. You now count from that decimal point to where it's from. You now count from the end to where the decimal point actually came in. That's here. Counting from here, you have 1, 2, 3, and that's why you have 1 times 10 to the power 3. Now, if you have 150,000 and you are asked to put it in standard form, now first of all, you know is 1.5 first. 1.5, then times 10 raised to power. You start from here and get to that place that you actually put the point. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 10 raised to power 5, and that's the standard form. Now the first question, we're asked to write 15,500 in standard form. Now it's going to be 1.55 times 10 raised to power. You know, it's after the first digit that you put the decimal point in standard form. At all times, always put the decimal point after the first digit. And when you have 1.55 times 10 raised to power 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 raised to power 4. Now that's that in standard form. Now the second question. Okay, now if we are asked to express 0.0012 as in standard form, now we won't come here to put the decimal point. After all, this one point is already here. Okay, now we look for the real number, the first real number. After the first real number, that's where we'll put decimal point, and that's here. So you have 1.2 times 10 raised to power. Now from here, now that we put the decimal point, we'll have to count back to where the decimal point was before. Okay, now we'll have 1, 2, 3, and since we counted back, not forward, we're going to put -3. Okay, now if you have 0.0005 and we're asked to put it in standard form, it's going to be the first non-zero digit is 5, so we have 5.0 times 10 raised to power. Then you start counting backwards from there: 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 raised to power minus 4, and that's it in standard form. So now we're given a number 2.48 times 10 raised to power minus 3, and we're asked to remove it from standard form, take it back to the normal way that it's supposed to be. Now first of all, we'll have to write down 2.48. Then from that place where there is decimal point, since it's negative, remember negative is backwards. Okay, so we always have to be counting backwards when we see negative, but when we see positive, we count forward. Now since it's -3, we're going to count 3 steps backwards. We have 1, 2, 3, and this is where the decimal point will be. So you just imagine 0 to be here and 0 to be here. So the real number now without standard form is going to be 0.00248. That's the real number. Now to check this out, now let's imagine that after a first digit you put a decimal point here. That's 2.48. Then times 10 raised to power. From here now you count backwards: 1, 2, 3, minus 3. Now you see that this and this, they are the same thing. So that is it for that. Now the other question, we're asked to work out the value of 2,500 divided by 1.25 times 10 raised to the power minus 4. Okay, now to do this simply, we're going to put this in standard form and put this in standard form, and then we'll use indices to work it out. Now to do that, we're going to do 24500 is the same thing as 2.45 times 10 raised to the power is 1, 2, 3, 4 times 10 raised to the power 4, then divided by 1.25 times 10 raised to the power minus 4. Okay, now let's work this out on our own. 2.45 divided by 1.25. 2.45 divided by 1.25 is going to give you 1.96. Okay, then times 10 raised to the power. Now this is 4. For this division now in indices, it shows minus. Okay, division in indices shows minus. That's why we have to put minus here. Then we already have 10 raised to the power minus 4. So since both of them have the same base, also in indices format, we're going to have minus 4 here. So it's going to be 1.96 times 10 raised to the power 4 minus is plus 4. That is going to be 1.96 times 10 raised to the power 8. And that's it for that answer. Now there are some things I didn't really explain here, and those are indices questions. In that, in indices, when you see division between a figure that has the same base, that's 10 raised to the power something, 10 raised to the power something, that division is going to be the subtraction. Okay, for the indexes. Okay, for the indices, for all the numbers in the index, the division is going to be subtraction. And then minus is plus, is always plus. Is a rule of minus is plus, then plus minus is minus, minus plus is minus, then plus is plus. Okay, now when you bear all this in mind, you'll be able to solve this question perfectly. That's all for standard form.